This is footage of the Titan submersible, discovered on the ocean floor after it went missing in 2023. On the morning of June 18, 2023, at 9:01 a.m., the Titan was launched into the North Atlantic of exploring the legendary wreck of the Titanic. For the 5 people on board, this was to be an extraordinary expedition witnessing the remains of the unsinkable ship at a depth of 3,800 meters. Tragically, it would also be their last. About 90 minutes into the dive, all communication with the sub was lost. Over the next 2 days, the world anxiously debated the fate of the passengers and what had gone wrong. After 2 days of intense search efforts, news finally broke that debris from the Titan submersible had been found, confirming that none of the 5 passengers had survived. Now, for the first time since the incident, new official details have been revealed. Following an investigation, the U.S. Coast Guard has released communications between the Titan and its support vessel, the Polar Prince. These records disclose what was discussed between the submersible and the ship, what they encountered near the Titanic wreck, and the final message received before all contact was lost. Viewers, for the first time 1.5 years after the incident, the U.S. Coast Guards have released a video showing half of the Titan's hull lying alone at a depth of 3,775 meters on the ocean floor. It appears to be the rear part of the submersible, suggesting that the front part, where the 5 passengers were seated, had been the section that imploded. Another video released by the Coast Guard shows the front part of the submersible, which is completely destroyed with pieces of carbon fiber scattered on the ocean floor. This confirms that the front of the Titan was crushed by the ocean pressure, meaning that the water pressure entered the front section, crashing it and caused the rear part to separate. The wreckage was discovered by a remote-controlled submersible sent by Pelagic Research Services 3 days after losing contact with the Titan on June 22, 2023. Strangely, the wreckage of the submersible that had gone to view the Titanic was found only 1,600 feet away from the Titanic's own wreckage. You may also be surprised to know that 112 years ago, the first-class ticket for the Titanic was only £150, which, if converted to today's currency, would be around $300. However, the passengers on the Titan had purchased a ticket for $5,000 to view the same wreck. When the Titan was descending into the dark depths of the Atlantic Ocean, it maintained communication with the Polar Prince above for about 90 minutes. The submersible had a total of 3 tourists on board, including well-known businessman and adventure sports enthusiast Hamish Harding from Dubai, along with 2 members of a Pakistani family, Shahzada Dawood and his son Suman Dawood. The crew members included Stockton Rush, the owner of OceanGate, who was also piloting the Titan, and Paul Horin Arjalit, a 77-year-old expert on the Titanic wreck, who had visited the RMS Titanic numerous times. After the accident, everyone wanted to know what exactly happened at the bottom of the ocean that caused the Titan to implode. At the time of losing contact, the U.S. Navy's underwater sensors detected a strange and unnatural sound in the ocean. There was much speculation about what caused this sound, whether it was an attack by some sea creature or an SOS signal of some kind. While people were still seeking answers, a news article emerged revealing details about the Titan's past. It was reported that in 2018, OceanGate's director of operations, David Lockridge, was fired by CEO Stockton Rush after raising several safety concerns about the Titan. Stockton Rush had designed and developed the Titan himself, with its body made primarily of carbon fiber, a material that was not extensively tested or certified for deep-sea adventures. Essentially, the Titan was an experimental submersible, and it had not been certified by any regulatory body. David Lockridge had repeatedly warned OceanGate's CEO that the submersible was not safe for passengers, but Rush had ignored him. After being dismissed from his job, David published an engineering report in 2018 detailing how a carbon fiber hull could not be safely used at depths of 4,000 meters. David and Stockton Rush's legal battle continued in court, even at the time of the Titan disaster. After the accident, when this report was made public, it raised many questions about the design and safety of the Titan. People questioned how an experimental submersible could be used for underwater tourism. Was there no regulatory body in the U.S. overseeing such adventures? During this time, another issue arose for OceanGate when the family of crew member Paul Horin Arjalit filed a lawsuit for $1 million, claiming that OceanGate had hidden past mistakes, which led to the loss of their family member. The pressure from the courts and media was increasing, and there was a need for a high-level inquiry to find out what caused the Titan's implosion and who was to blame. As a result, Canada's Transportation Safety Board and the U.S. Marine Bureau launched a joint investigation. For the first time, details about the Titan were made public that had previously been hidden by OceanGate. The investigation revealed that by January 2018, the Titan had been fully manufactured and assembled. However, the investigation also revealed that in February of the same year, cracks were identified in the carbon fiber hull of the Titan, which were ignored. Despite this, the Titan successfully reached a depth of 4,200 meters, where the ocean pressure is 6,154 psi, equivalent to the weight of a Lexus car on a single square inch. When the Titan passed the test, everyone believed that the carbon fiber hull was safe, but industry standards dictate that any submersible must be tested at a depth 1.25 times greater than its maximum operational depth. Since the Titanic wreck is 3,800 meters below the surface, the Titan should have been tested at a depth of at least 4,750 meters, which was not done. Not only this, but in 2019, the pilot had identified a crack in the interior of the Titan's carbon fiber hull, which was deliberately ignored. For the first time, investigators released an animation showing the Titan's journey from its launch to its implosion, including the conversation between the Polar Prince and the Titan. On June 16, 2023, at 9 a.m., the Polar Prince departed from a port in Canada, taking 2 days to reach the point in the Atlantic Ocean where the Titanic wreck lies at a depth of 3,800 meters. On June 18th, at 9:19 a.m., the Titan was launched from the Polar Prince. During its descent, the Titan kept informing the Polar Prince of its depth and location. The Polar Prince was also receiving automatic updates about the Titan's location, speed, and depth. At 9:32 a.m., the Polar Prince asked, "Have you reached 680 meters?" To which the Titan pilot responded. Confirmed. The messages continued in this manner until 9:35 a.m. when the Polar Prince asked, "Do you see the Polar Prince on your display?" But this time, the Titan did not respond. There was silence for the next 20 minutes. Finally, at 10:01 a.m., the Polar Prince responded, saying their chat settings had been lost. The chat was then taken over by Paul Henry Nargolet, who said, "All good here at this time." It was 10:15 a.m. At exactly 10:18 a.m., the Titan's depth was 2,744 meters, and they reported that they were southeast of the Titanic's bow section. The Polar Prince acknowledged this. At 10:41 a.m., the Polar Prince asked them to confirm when they deployed the Niskin bottle, to which the Titan replied, "There is no Niskin bottle. A Niskin bottle is used to collect ocean floor samples." Just a few minutes later, at 10:47 a.m., when the Titan's depth was 3,346 meters, only 454 meters away from the Titanic, they sent their final message: drop 2 weights. Submersibles are equipped with weights to help them descend, and when they want to reduce their descent speed, they drop the weights one by one. After this message, the Titan lost contact with the Polar Prince, and there was no further response. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and leave your thoughtful comments. See you in the next exciting video.